Making these positive videos. I, for reasons I'll talk about later, basically, well, I'm going to say it, sex abuse as a kid, not being abused as a kid, which is a fact in my life. Think of all the bad stuff as facts. Right? Everything that happened is just a fact. No different than the birthday parties that you went to when you get up to the future. But because of that, I spent some time in group therapy, which was really helpful. The entire United States reminds me of these group therapy sessions which you would have, and it would usually be like people who had what I call behavioral issues, behavioral things that were a reaction to, but it would have been rape or sexual abuse or whatever, being abused as a kid. You would have these group therapy sessions where people would basically just be talking about their issue. And then you'd always have one person there who needs to be in some really serious, more serious counseling. And they would always tilt everything towards themselves. And it would end up being like bonkers, because most people who do counseling don't have the balls to take things into control. I remember one time there was this woman who was talking about how all 38 of her boyfriends were spying on her because she supported Palestine and she was Jewish. I mean, that's disruptive to people. And, and I feel like the entire nation is like that now. It's like a group therapy session taken over by the lady who thought her boyfriends were watching her. So I'm making this to make a positive space. I don't care if 4 people are with me, I don't care if there's 5 people. I need to be in it because I pretty much believe that the things I believe are true. I do not think that the country will end because of Donald Trump. Might change, Things change all the time, and you never know what's going to happen. You just never know what's going to happen. You have no control over it. And that's a beautiful, beautiful thing. Because by God, if you had control over things, that'd be your fault. Not my fault. I like that, right? It's not my fault because I don't have control over it. And that's just the way the world works. People do stuff in mobs. And on top of it, I lost a lot of friends over the election because I was just indifferent. My whole life, I've lived with 8 years of Democrat, 8 years of Republican. Right? It's it's more predictable than the water running, because you stay in a lot of hotels, the water doesn't run. So I was just going to accept it and do things that were preparing myself for controlling my life and controlling what my attitude was towards everything. And that's partially why I'm making these, because it's just gone, it's just gone bananas. There's a lot of, some of it is intrusive when you try to, avoid it. Like, I don't know what to do about Facebook because I don't like that news feed. I don't watch the news. I work in the news. If I want to know something, I can call someone up, or someone will tell me. But a lot of stuff you see in the news is not pertinent to your life. My old friend Anthony Shadid from the New York Times said this. It's a rhetorical question. What is news? Information that's pertinent to your life. A lot of stuff that's not pertinent to your life. A lot of stuff you're not hearing that would be pertinent to your life that you could help you. So that's why I'm making this. I'm going to get out of that whole, it's a loony bin. You are living in a loony bin. Get out of the loony bin, because part of mental health is getting into positive space. Right? Because there is actually a lot of great stuff about the world. More than there is bad stuff. And you just have to look for it and enjoy it.